यज्ञस्वरूपाय जटाधराय.
You are listening to Radio D Hotties, powered by Mahima Creations. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this show do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Radio D Hotties. The content broadcast on this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
जब हमारे परिवार के बुजुर्गों की सेहत और देखभाल की बात होती है तो घर पर इन होम केयर वाला ऑप्शन सबसे बढ़िया है. अनलॉक का पेस प्रोग्राम एक ऐसा कन्वीनियंट एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड ऑप्शन है जिसके जरिए हमारे बुजुर्ग घर पर हमारे साथ रहकर यही देखभाल और सेवा का लाभ उठा सकते हैं. अब चाहे वो घर पर रहे या अनलॉक वाले पेस सेंटर में आए, उनको वही डेडिकेटेड एंड प्रोफेशनल केयर मिलेगी. अनलॉक ने बुजुर्गों की सेहत को अपना प्रायोरिटी बना लिया है. और जानने के लिए 1855-308-0195 पे कॉल करें. That's 1855-308-0195.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से प्यार भरा नमस्ते.
Namaskar.
Welcome.
Namaskara.
खुश आमदीद.
Salaniko.
सत श्री अकाल.
Vigandriki Vandaramu.
जय स्वामी नारायण.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जिनेंद्र.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते ही आली मदद.
मौला अली मदद बोलते हैं सारे फीजी बल्ले बोलेंगे नीसा बोला बटजन. हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे. मैं सब फालतू बाबा.
And of course, myself, Faltu Rani, लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time show that's going to make it totally exciting and totally mastani बंदू जानी.
And of course, Bajan, first thing I know what you want to do is take a look at what's happening in the roads. Bajan, रास्ते का हाल आपको हम लोग देते हैं सस्ते Bajan right here.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Yeah, Bajan, it's a Bandu Traffic Update. So you can give us a call and share with us what's happening in the roads. Well, a little bit later, Bajan, there was a lot of rainfall we had last night. So it's the first set of rain. So the roads are going to be kind of wet, Bajan, so watch out, drive very carefully. We're looking at, I see already incidents happening on the roads right now. First of all, a disabled vehicle of 101 northbound south of the Ellis Street in Mountain View is slowing traffic over there big time. And people, they know probably it's just people are stop and go there, or there's a little congestion in the region, so watch out for that for sure. But again, south May, residual delays on 87 northbound south of West Capital Expressway in San Jose. Up north, Banajan, towards 24 in Oakland area, that's 84. 580 exit eastbound at the 24 in other words. There's heavy traffic over there which is slowing down traffic in that region. Berkeley side, the traffic is crazy on 80 eastbound on Gilman Street, Budajam. 880 is looking smooth. The Dumbarton Bridge, of course, there is high with advisory today. If you're looking at weather, Budajam, weather-wise, we're going to have a sunny day today. It's not going to be too hot. As in, not too much of sun as such. There might be a little bit of clouds here and there, but we're going to have a sunny day for sure. But it's going to be a cold day. You've got to watch out for that. Lows of 50, 46, and then highest we're going to go to 65, 69 with the jump. So it is going to be a cold day. Layering up is important. Of course, if you are prone to these allergies and allergies of the season, but I would suggest there's a drink which you can have called vitamin C. So get enough vitamin C in you. You could actually have vitamin C through lemon juice as well if you want it. So make sure you're staying healthy because we still get on the heels of the COVID situation, getting grip on it almost. Are we already there? I don't know, but businesses are opening up and things are seeming to be coming back to the pre-COVID situation right now, right, Faltwani?
Yes.
Have you heard any news about that? Because we're going to go to the news updates right now with you. So, Faltwani, can you please tell our bandhus what's happening with the news?
Absolutely. Breaking news this morning. The favorite of presidents, Colin Powell, dies of COVID-19. complications. Colin Powell, the first black U.S. Secretary of State and top military officer, died on Monday at the age of 84 due to complications from COVID-19. He was fully vaccinated, his family said in a statement on Facebook. We've lost a remarkable and loving husband, father, grandfather, and a great American, his family said, thanking the staff of the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center near Washington who treated Powell, but providing few details about his illness. Powell was one of America's most prominent black figures for decades. He served 3 Republican presidents in senior posts and reached the top of the U.S. military as it was regaining its vigor after the trauma of the Vietnam War. Amazon may have lied to Congress, 5 U.S. lawmakers are currently saying. 5 members of the U.S. House Judiciary Committee wrote to Amazon.com Inc.'s chief executive Sunday and accused the company's top executives, including founder Jeff Bezos, of either misleading Congress or possibly lying to it about Amazon's business practices. The letter also states that the committee is considering whether a referral of this matter to the Department of Justice for criminal investigation is appropriate. Addressed to Amazon CEO Andy Jassy, the letter followed a Reuters investigation last week that showed that the company had conducted a systematic campaign of copying products and rigging search results in India to boost sales of its own brands practices. Amazon has been denying that they have engaged in the past. Jassy, a long-time Amazon executive, succeeded Bezos in July. The letter states that credible reporting in the Reuters story and recent articles in several other news outlets directly contradict the sworn testimony and representations of Amazon's top executives, including former CEO Jeff Bezos. The United States Supreme Court again protects police who were accused of excessive force. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday signaled that it is not retreating from its original inclination to grant a legal protection called qualified immunity to police accused in lawsuits of using excessive force, ruling in favor of officers on Monday in separate cases from California and Oklahoma. The justices overturned a lower court's decision allowing a trial in a lawsuit against officers Josh Gardner and Brandon Wick over the 2016 fatal shooting of a hammer-wielding man in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. They also overturned the lower court's decision to deny a request by a police officer, Daniel Rivas Villegas, for qualified immunity in a lawsuit accusing him of using excessive force in 2016 while handcuffing a suspect in Union City, California. The brief rulings were unsigned with no public dissents among the justices in the cases, both decided without oral arguments. Apple is expected to be unveiling new Macs with more powerful chips. Analysts expect Apple Inc. to unveil new Mac laptop computers with more powerful processor chips at an event that will be streamed later today.
Wait, haven't they done it already? I thought they did. No, they didn't do it. Is it? Only iPhone was released in the September thing, is it?
Yes. Bloomberg has previously reported that Apple plans to release 2 new MacBook Pro models with 14-inch and 16-inch screens. The Cupertino, California-based company introduced some new laptop models last year that for the first time used its Apple Silicon chips, which said it would be phased into the company's desktop and laptop lineup over the course of 2 years. Before Monday, Apple's most powerful laptops still relied on chips from Intel Corp. The company has already placed a first-generation in-house designed M1 chip into some MacBooks as well as Mac Mini and iMac desktop machines, but the new larger MacBook Pro models are expected to feature a second, more powerful generation of the company's chip. In local news, Punjab Alamo Rock School District is going to be starting to implement weekly COVID-19 testing for students. Santa Clara County's coronavirus infection rate is dropping in parts of the county, and a local school district, that's the Alamo Rock School District, wants to be part of the solution. The Alamo Rock School District decided that students need to be tested on a weekly basis once parents opt in to do so. However, many parents are saying that they won't agree to it. Some parents are planning to keep their kids home from school to protest this planned vaccine mandate, which would make vaccination mandatory for all children eligible. Thousands of customers in the Bay Area have been waking up to ongoing power outages across the Bay Area. The outages have affected customers in Hayward, Oakland, Richmond, San Leandro, San Mateo, and San Pablo. Over 4,000 customers were affected in San Mateo as of 6:30 a.m. and almost 1,352 customers were affected in San Leandro and in several hundreds across the Bay Area as well. The Vallejo Fire Department said on Sunday that there were multiple areas in the city that were experiencing power outages due to weather causing power line failures. Separate fires in San Jose displaced 8 people from their downtown residences. The first fire was a 2-alarm blaze in a 12-unit, 2-story apartment complex in the area of North 5th and East St. John Street in a block off of the north of City Hall, according to a 4:09 p.m. tweet. And upon arrival, firefighters found flames visible from a second-floor unit and extending into the attic. This happened yesterday when 18 people were actually displaced. There were no injuries reported as of now. And of course, in other news from the Bay Area, Bandujan, let us also tell you that I just shared with you the separate fires. Okay, so let us also tell you, Bandujan, that there's been a mountain lion sighting in near a school actually.
Wow, isn't that dangerous?
Yeah, this is in hold on, I'll tell you where. The mountain lion sighting happened near a school in Ronert Park.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's kind of scary, isn't it, that these animals are coming out into the main areas where there's civilization. Almost reminds you of this movie called Savage Harvest.
What happens Savage Harvest, Fatwani?
These lions come out to where people are.
No, actually the people go and mess with the lions, right?
I don't remember. I think there's a lot of people living there, and then the lions come into their house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's Fatwani, you always end with a nice story for everybody.
Yeah.
If you want to see mountain lions, probably you got to get back to school.
That's right. Do you want me to go into world news headlines really quickly?
Fatwani, if you are ready for it, so are we. So go ahead.
The United States is concerned about the use of hypersonic weapons by China and Russia, apparently. Washington is concerned about this hypersonic missile technology and its potential military applications by China and Russia, a U.S. arms control official said on Monday after a media report that Beijing had tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic glide weapon. Hypersonic weapons are usually defined as missiles that fly more than 5 times the speed of sound, and a race is underway for the next generation of long-range weapons that are harder to detect and intercept, is what and the United States is concerned about it. In news from Russia, the Russian president and the Russian government has shut down a mission to NATO in a spy row retaliation. They said on Monday that they would halt the activities of their diplomatic mission to NATO after the Western military alliance expelled 8 Russians, saying they were spies. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov also said staff at NATO's military mission in Moscow would be stripped of their accreditation from November 1st, and the alliance's information office in the Russian capital would be shuttered. Thousands of migrant workers in Kashmir have been moved to secure locations and hundreds of people are fleeing. Indian authorities have moved thousands of migrant workers in Kashmir to safer locations overnight, while hundreds have fled the Himalayan valley in a wave of targeted killings, 2 security officials said on Monday. Suspected militants have killed 11 civilians, including 5 migrant workers in Kashmir since early October, despite a widespread security crackdown in the heavily militarized region. While the trigger for the latest wave of attacks was not immediately clear, Kashmir has been the site of armed insurgency against New Delhi for decades. Kashmir is claimed in full by India, but Pakistan is saying that they're ruled in parts by both. Indian senior police officials are now saying that they've moved thousands of workers to secure places and are facilitating their return home. In other areas, security forces had intensified patrolling to prevent any militant activity. I tried to go to Indian news website to get this because this was being reported by Reuters. From the Indian websites, news is coming out that Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Monday said that the Jammu and Kashmir administration must take stern action against the recent incidents of killing of people from Bihar in this particular union territory, apparently. Responding to a media inquiry on the sidelines of his Janta Ke Darbar Mein Mukhyamantri program, Nitish said, "I am confident that the Jammu and Kashmir administration will remain conscious over such incidents in the future and will also take steps to ensure that such targeted attacks on non-locals do not happen again in the Kashmir Valley."
Wow.
Yeah, two laborers actually from Bihar's Araria district were killed, while a third one was critically injured in the Kulgam district in South Kashmir in yet another targeted attack on non-locals in the Union Territory. Apparently.
Speaking of non-locals and speaking of international thing, Bangladesh, you know what happened there, right? There were like 14 Hindu families who were killed in this communal thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very sad. Well, Banjan, this is happening. It's all politically motivated, but again, the common man gets affected. I don't know why they do this.
Yeah.
What else do we have, friend?
And of course, there is news about China's Arunachal antics so India-China talks on resolving the 17-month-long standoff in the eastern Ladakh region again failed. The 13th round of talks between senior military commanders of both countries yielded no results. China refused to pull back its troops from Demchok-Depsang plains and the Gogra hot springs area. Not only this, apparently Chinese soldiers also briefly intruded into Indian territories in Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh.
Wow.
So now they're trying to decide what the strategy of India should be to retaliate to or take action against this particular incursion, so to speak. And that's pretty much what we have. Oh, and an Indian origin man has been sentenced to life in prison. He's a 28-year-old Indian origin man who stabbed his wife to death multiple times before driving to a nearby street where he left her body on the pavement. And he was caught. Kashish Agrawal, who attacked his wife Geetika Goel in their home on Wintersdale Road in Leicester in England on March 3rd of this year, has now been sentenced to life in prison. So more on all of these stories you'll find on MediaMahima.com. We'll be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Till then, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, magnificent Monday.
फिकर का बोझा कमर हिला के हैप्पी हैप्पी हो जा कहना तू मान ले मेरा यारा समझ ले इशारा क्या बोले तुम मस्ती में जी ले जुम्बा जुम्बा हरदम तू है परेशान फूल स्टेशन की तू है तू तेरी समस्या